Wing goes up, wing goes down. Wing goes up, wing goes down. Anyway, roll titles. Yeah, I know, a little bit late to the party, but I've been trying to wrap my brains around this one and get it to somehow make sense to me. Flexible rear wings. How the hell does that work? Now, in the days following the Spanish Grand Prix, the FIA has indicated that it's going to be getting stricter with stress testing on the rear wings, after Red Bull, Alpine and Alfa Romeo were discovered on the cameras to have rear wings that satisfy the current pullback test while stationary, but at high speed they flex in such a way that straight line speed is increased. It's DRS without using DRS, basically. The way they work is that in slow speed corners the wing is as it is designed and will give the slow corner downforce from the topside aerodynamics that the teams and drivers require, but as the speed increases the wing basically just flattens out like it's made of some sort of jelly, and it provides less drag and in turn increases top speed. Now, stuff like carbon fibre with loads of air rushing over it is going to flex. It's just how things are. Aircraft wings are not totally rigid, much like F1 wings are not totally rigid, otherwise they'd break under high load. There has to be some sort of give to it. But at the same time, they flex too much, and the FIA is going to go, non, 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 monsieur, that is merely illegal. Because they're French. Now, the argument from Mercedes and other teams, it has to be said, so let's not let the comments just degrade into another Toto Lewis crying session, is that these rear wings fall under illegal movable aero, as they effectively are a wing that becomes a whole new wing at high speeds. In Article 3.8 of the Sporting Regulations, which was handily quoted by Jalopnik, says that all components influencing the car's aerodynamic performance are to be rigidly secured to the entirely sprung part of the car and to remain immobile in relation to the sprung part of the car. And the FIA has said, we will not tolerate any persistent out-of-plane deformation that may be contrived to circumvent the symmetrical loading applied in the load deflection tests. Now, like I said, these parts have to have some give to prevent breakage under load, but there are limits to the amount of flex, limits that Red Bull in particular has previous for being on the wrong side of the rulebook. Now, in 2012, Red Bull had a nose that one journalistic outlet described as looking like it had been designed by Michael Jackson's plastic surgeon. Basically, it wobbled about a lot, and was believed to create a mass dampening effect similar to what Renault was running in 2005 and 2006. Because the nose flexed and allowed the front wing to droop and be closer to the ground at high speed thanks to said flex, it also increased front-end grip. And yes, the nose cone is going to be soft-ish to allow for head-on crash testing, but that thing was flopping around like a condom in a stiff breeze. In 2014, Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel were excluded from the 2014 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix qualifying after their front wings were found to cheat the levels of flex permissible by the FIA. And they weren't the only team to be investigated over the course of that season either, because Williams also had a front wing that had a lot of bendage on tap too. Then in 2017, Red Bull was under investigation again, as at the British Grand Prix there was some weird stuff going on with their front wing end plates. And of course, bending wings isn't a new thing. Jenson Button's BAR back in 2004 was one of, if not the first car to have something like Red Bull's bendy wing fitted. Jenson ran it at Hockenheim, I believe, and he said it made a lot of difference. I am in contact with the guy, I might as well just ask him, but a bit late now. Speaking of which, when are we playing Wreckfest again? That was fun. Back to the topic at hand, what is the FIA going to do? They've basically invoked Article 3.9.9 of the technical regulations that basically says they can do more stress testing and more load and deflection tests as they see fit. Teams will have until the French Grand Prix to get their rear wings to comply with the new 20% tolerance that will start from the 15th of June 2021. Teams will be allowed to run their current spec rear wings at Monaco this weekend, Baku on the weekend 4th to 6th of June, and whatever's replacing Turkey. It also has to be said that the 20% tolerance level will be in the test during the first month of operation, starting from the French Grand Prix, and then the FIA is going to go from there. The French Grand Prix that has a massive straight on it, so that'll be interesting to see in regards to the teams cheating, in inverted commas, will be reeled in. Particularly the Red Bull, where the rear wing seems to have more flex than that bloke down the gym who does nothing but post Facebook posts about him going to the f***ing gym. But does it really give the Red Bulls that much of an advantage? Hamilton claimed 0.3 seconds, but Red Bull is disputing that claim. Red Bull also claims that they passed the stress tests at every race, so their rear wing is fully legal. However, those stress tests are done when the car is stationary in the pit lane, not when it's travelling down a straight at 200 miles an hour. Horner also doubts that it's just Lewis saying this stuff and he's either been told to say it or it's just been attributed to him by the media. But either way, Red Bull are confident that it won't affect them much, and they're confident that if they are required to strengthen their rear wings, they won't lose any performance. Also beginning from the French Grand Prix, the cars will be required to have 12 markings on the rear wings so the FIA can watch any warping on the cameras. But I'm sure across the Monaco Grand Prix weekend this week we'll be seeing a lot about it on TV, and people like Karun Chandhok and David Coulthard will be able to explain it way better than I ever could. But we all know what kind of comments this thing will generate. Princess Lulu's scared of losing, so they're trying to eliminate the competition. You know it, I know it, and let's be honest, it's getting boring. But at the same time, if teams are bending the rules to the point the FIA goes, yeah, no, and the team at the top isn't one of the teams doing it, then it just shows how good Mercedes has been all this time. Ferrari had to run an alleged iffy engine and couldn't beat them. Red Bull are running an alleged iffy rear wing and can't beat them. Mercedes running within the rules and still winning. And yes, something something, not cheating, not trying, something something, but if you're cheating and still not winning, then you're not doing it right. And admittedly, what Red Bull has done is a brilliant idea. You're not allowed to have it mechanical, so why not just use the rushing air going over the rear wing to make it morph into something else entirely and go faster in a straight line? And you know, Mercedes could probably build their own and go even faster if they wanted. But Mercedes are German, and Germans must always follow the rules. Red Bull has essentially done another one of those they can't do a thing about it while the car is on track jobbies, similar to the whole water-cooled brakes thing from way back. When the car was on track, dump the water, make the car lighter, then top it back up before it's weighed so it meets all of the various regulations. So yep, a quick look at this whole dodgy rear wing business and what the FIA is planning to do to bring it back under control. Leave your thoughts in the comments section and get a discussion going. After all, it is why I do this series. And while you are scrolling down to comment about Princess Lulu and not being able to hack losing, why not give the video a like to feed the algorithm, and then subscribe if you haven't for all the latest. Big thanks as always go out to the good folk of Patreon for their continued support, and if you wish to join them or just join in the Discord stuff, all the links are in the description box for you. So until next time, I've been Millward, have a great day wherever you are, and goodbye.